and the best hip hop act big. BL.
This is Funky DL, and I thought, who better to tell you my story than myself? But before I tell you what's happening with me right now, we have to backtrack to see where it all started. Back in 1997, I signed my first record deal and released my debut album Classic Was the Day, which propelled me to go on to win a MOBO award for the best hip-hop act, as well as receiving 2 more consecutive nominations in the preceding years. During that period, I spent many hours in the studio working on new ideas to keep the releases coming, as well as performing at many venues on the road. Becoming a recognized entity in hip-hop, I began working on many projects, including producing and featuring on the famous The London All-Stars, a track featuring the finest rappers from London, including MCD, Skinny Man, Black Twang, Ty, Questman, and many others.
You know what? This is like history what you made here by having so much UK rap artists in the same place at one time, and just that history what Funky DL has made here by making history in the making. All the rap artists being in one room at one time. You know what I'm saying? It's something what we can tell our children and our grandchildren about. You know what I'm saying?
I released many albums in the years to follow, including Heartfelt Integrity, One Another, When Love Is Breaking Down, Black Current Jazz, The Classic Fantasy, Since 77, Music from NAFTA, The Jazz That Was Forgotten, and the classic album, The Fourth Quarter. To coincide, my career took off to new heights when I started releasing these albums in Japan, where my music was being so well received. I visited many cities in Japan on numerous occasions, making in-store appearances, performing live shows, and collaborating on and off stage with legends like the Japanese hip-hop producer Nujabes. My most recent studio album, The Fourth Quarter, among the many aforementioned, received great acclaim, charting as the 4th best-selling hip-hop album at the Japan iTunes Store at its highest position, as well as reaching the #1 spot in the HMV Japan bestseller chart for underground hip-hop. This saw me spending time in the US on business and filming promotional videos for the tracks Taking Rap Back.
I'm taking rap back where it came from. Taking rap back. Yo, I'm taking rap back where it came from. Know my name, son, 'cause it's simple.
And Scratching My Head. As well as putting on a showcase at London's famous jazz cafe to launch the release of the Fourth Quarter album. I'm taking rap back where it came from. I'm taking rap. I continued in working with numerous artists and producing albums such as For the Love of Jazz and Thursdays for R&B vocalist Sienna and the Thursdays Love outfit, as well as co-writing and producing the 2008 album release of Imagine Me, the debut album by R&B vocalist Leanne, released through the record company Toys Factory. So, what's next? I am about to release my 11th studio album through the BBE Record label, entitled The Interview. The album is my most personal yet. It takes a more in-depth look at who I am as an artist and person. The Interview album features the multi-talented musician Xantone Black on keys and also the vocal delights of Leanne. This album is filled with discerning hip-hop gems and is fueled with influences from jazz, soul, to rare groove, with more live instrumentation than on any of my previous albums. The tracks to look out for are 1947, So Sexy, Crying Shame, Hip Hop, and Out of Touch, just to name a few. Also, as it was in 2007 with Street Swagger, a free giveaway album available online, there will be a free online tribute album to the hip-hop producer J Dilla, on which I select 10 of his beats and perform lyrics from my catalogue. This is entitled Dedication to the Fear of Sex and is mixed by DJ279 and will be available on funkydl.com to coincide with the release of the Interview album.